the user who is interacting with the page can do his work. Once the communication is happened and completed and the data is available, it will display. That is how it works. This Ajax is not disturbing and holding the things which are happening on the front end. Without disturbing that, the back end, the communication is happening. When the data is available, it will display. Otherwise, not. So the user can convey the XML data. The XML data will be displayed without reloading entire page. A part may can be. Now let me take one example and represent how this actual communication happens within the Ajax in the Ajax technology. That we have loaded some kind of a page. This is client side. So the client is a web browser, right? Web page is available here. See, this one is there, and some objects are available here. Suppose this object, this here, whatever the content available, is having this Ajax and communicating with the server. Trying to communicate with the server. And the web server, you have some kind of a API, maybe. Some data is available here. And the user can interact with this page, right? Without any problem, the user can interact with this page. The user is interacting with this page. And once the communication is happening, send a request. So the request is sent. Now this request and response does not, this request and response does not disturb the interaction within this one. Same time this can happen. Sorry. Same time this communication can happen. Now the request has sent, but the user can still interact. And once the data available from here to here, now the content will be updated like this. But at that moment also the user is interacting with the page. So it will update only the selected area. Other areas will not. So this communication, this is respond. Respond. And this one we called as asynchronous communication. Asynchronous communication. This is what we call as asynchronous communication. So this communication do not disturb the user to interact with the client side page. No holding, no blocking, and whatever the operations you want to do, those operations are normally happening here. Those operations are happening here. Those operations are happening here. Okay. Those operations are happening here. And finally, after operations, you are right. Now, we know that this asynchronous communication is happening behind the scene without disturbing the front end, front view. And when the data is available, it will display on the screen. That is how it happened. So components of Ajax are normally browser-based presentation using HTML and cascading style sheets. You can do. You have learned about it. And data stored in Excel for format and fetch from the server in the XML way. But it will take as XML data format and data fetched by the using this object again. You can see XML HTTP request object. This is the core element, core factory method which we are using for the communication for the communication in between the server and the client. So the JavaScript is the thing everything makes happen. Now let's see how Ajax works. So the JavaScript code fetches the data from the server as needed, right? JavaScript code fetches the data from the server that will put the hand into the server and ask that server to give some kind of a data. JavaScript is the one asking for the data from the server. And then the server is responding, and then there is a person to catch in the JavaScript. There is another catcher available when the server is throwing the data. Server is when server is responding with the data, whatever thing to the client in the client side. So when more data is needed from the server, JavaScript uses the HTML HTTP request object to send a request to the server behind without causing page request or without disturbing the interaction. Java does not have to stop everything to wait for that data to come back. You don't have to hold, or you don't have to wait until that happens. That will happen together with the operations which are in the front end. So parallel things are happening. So you don't have to stop what you are doing, right? It's happening. When the data is coming, it can wait for the data in the background. It is waiting in the background for the data what he has asked. Background, not the foreground. So foreground, it's working normally. And once the data is available, the data will represented on the screen. Normally, this communication we call as asynchronous data retrieval, or this asynchronous data retrieval mechanism. This data extraction mechanism we call as asynchronous data retrieval mechanism. Right. The data that comes from the server, now the data came from the server to the front end. The XML or even plain text or possible. Can be XML or plain text. If it is XML, then the XML way you have to handle that data in server and the client. So you have to run this one within a web server. You have to have up and running a web server or something to do these examples. So JavaScript code in the browser can read the data and put it into work immediately or display the data. So therefore, the Ajax use JavaScript in the browser and the XML HTTP request object to communicate with the server without page refresher. Here, the main operation you have to understand, XML HTTP request object is the one who is going to do the communication with the server. Nothing else is going to do the communication with the server. Only this XML HTTP request object is the one who is going to do the communication with the server. He is the one who is authorized to do the communication with the server. He is the one who is going to receive the data from the server. He is the one who is going to pass that received data to the JavaScript. And it is available and it is capable of handling XML and or any other data format. even JSON data. No. Now let's see why we are using this Ajax. So in Ajax, you can have the client server applications, but in client server apps, what you can see is that dynamic data, static forms are there, control codes, and those are not going to change. And dynamically, you are not going to get the response from this. Traditional apps are normally dynamic data, dynamic forms, controls, and codes are available. Flexible but inefficient and noticeably slow because when you are doing some kind of operation with the server, you have to hold everything. You cannot do anything else until the data comes back from the server. Now in Ajax apps, dynamic data, static code, dynamic forms can be there. Control codes are also there, best for both worlds, traditional web and the client server applications, and you can have communication asynchronously happens and without stopping anything, you can continue. And normally this Greek situation reason is that multi-threaded data retrieval from the web server can be done while you are working in the front end. Backend is working with some data communication with the server. So you don't have to work with the set timeout. If the communication is not happening properly, you don't have to have a timeout now, because you are not disturbing the front end and the other applications. If it is not working, no problem. You are getting an error message. Then, if it is true only, we are showing the data. Now, the beauty of this Ajax is that if the communication happened very successfully, nicely, if it has happened, only then you are coming to the front end. If the communication has not happened properly, you are not going to show anything, and that is a null and void. You are not going to do anything. And less bandwidth is required, less server load is required here. So reload partial page, not entire page is needed here. Load data only, not even partial page sometimes. Now let's see what are the things we need to make Ajax work. We need JavaScript code to fetch the data from server. And there should be an online server to facilitate the data. We can put code on the server with which JavaScript can interact. Also, we will use PHP for this purpose some situations. And the PHP is a server-side scripting. Okay, now what we have to understand is JavaScript is now capable of communicating with the PHP script and ask PHP script to do some operations and give the result. Okay, one can ask, can this Ajax send data to the server? Yes. Ajax is capable of send data to the server also and get the data from the server. Process data can be taken from the server. Sending, receiving also can be done by using these applications. Okay, we'll start one application here and we'll do our first application and then we can see how it works. Everyone ready? Are everyone ready?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, first thing what you have to do is, let me share my full screen now. Let me share my full screen now. Now, what I want to tell you is that assume that uh, assume that you want to run a Ajax application. Then you have to have your up and running server. Here I am using MAMP server. Mac, Apache, MySQL, PHP, MAMP. I'll start my server. Right? Right? So my MAMP server is up and running. I'll go to my MAMP server location, the new window, applications, MAMP, GDocs, Ajax. Okay. In Ajax example 1, Ajax intro is selected. Here my example is I am going to use this text file. Okay, let's select a different file. JSON text here. Text file is available. Let me see, show you that text file. Okay, I'm not going to have anything like this. Okay, I'll create a new one. Save as. So otherwise, I will copy and paste it. C, Control V, intro text. Ajax intro 1, right? This text. I will remove all these things. Header part. Only I'm going to take this one. Welcome to Ajax. This message is available within this text document, Ajax intro. I'll keep it within the server. Now this one is available within the server. This document is available in the server. Welcome to Ajax is the message available there. Right? My document is in the server. Now I will use this Ajax intro code. Let me describe the code. Let me describe the code. Then Ajax intro 1 is the file. Now in this example, here the HTML code is there and header part is there. This is the first Ajax title example. And I'm writing a JavaScript from here to here, JavaScript. In this JavaScript, I'm creating a function. The function name I am giving here is load_doc. What is the name of the function? The load_doc function. The name of the function is load_doc function. And next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable called COM_object variable. I'm creating COM_object variable from XML HTTP request object. Now can you remember? I told you there's a factory method. This is a factory method. Factory method means this is coming with the JavaScript the core library. JavaScript core library got XML HTTP request factory method. From that factory method, I can create a communicator. Communicator some kind of a communicator object. That is an object. I can create a communicator object. Once I create that communicator object can communicate with the server which I am going to give. I have to give a server name. Please do the communication with this one, and he will do the communication with that one in the back side without coming to the front side, asynchronous manner. So that's what we do here. The variable com object equals new XML HTTP request. Variable com object equals new XML HTTP request. Now what we do is we are writing that com object on ready state change. This com object on ready state change. This is another method which is available. That means we ask this com object to communicate with the server, and we can activate or deactivate to communicate. We can sometimes ask to communicate and ask to not to communicate. Once you ask to communicate, now this is just think in this manner. If anyone asks to do the communication, that means when someone call this load doc function, this communicator object will be created. Then you are giving com object to open this function, this particular file. We are asking this com object to open this one through get method. That is the file I have saved as txt file, and there is some kind of a text. There is a text and the file is there, right? And then this object can communicate with the server and open the file, And once we open the file, we can see we are creating new XML HTTP request object. That is the one we are opening, used to open this particular file. And when com object on ready state change, when you open it, when you create it, it is in the ready state. When the ready state change, what we are asked to do is we are asked to run a function. Then on ready state change, because in this XML, now this com object is a type of object called XML HTTP request object. මේ XML HTTP request object මේ කියන method එකෙන් හදන්නෙම අර communicator කියන තත්ත්වය මෙවලමක් හදන්නේ. එතකොට ඒක වෙනත් දෙයක් නෙවෙයි, ඒක XML HTTP request object එකක්ම තමයි. එයාට පුළුවන් අර Java server side එකේ තියෙන ඕන කෙනෙක් එක්ක communicate කරන්න අපි මෙතන දෙන කෙනත් එක්ක. මේ මෙතන දෙන කෙනත් එක්ක communicate කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right? That's what you have to understand. So when that is happening, there is a state of these objects we can identify. Any XML HTTP request object has a state, and that when the states of that objects are changing, when the communicator is communicating, there are multiple states are available for this one. That's why we say that one as on ready state change, activate this function. When that object is changing its state, state means I have started the communication. Communicator has started the communication. I catch whatever the object I want. Still I did not get any response. I got the response. Response is coming. Now response finish. Data received. Those are different states. That's like a journey what you are going. Suppose that you want to go to somewhere else. My current state is I am getting ready to go. I am packing my clothes and all. And next state is I'm getting ready to go. Next state is I am on the bus. That is another state. Now I got down at the place. Now I am searching for the address. Now I went to the address. So like that, different states are there. Like here, you have some defined states. The defined states are available. Now, whatever the state changes happen from one state to another state, when you are changing from one state to another state, we are running a function. We are running a function. That function is if this ready state, if this ready state equals 4 and this status equal 200. If the status equal 200, this ready state equals 4 and this status equal 200, these are some of the parameters, right? Ready state should be 4 and status should be 200. But that means ready state 4 means you have hit to the server, you have hit to the server, and you have called that particular the target object like this, and you got the data and received that data. Status 200 means you have the successfully communication has happened and finish. Successfully communication has happened and you have received the data and finish. That is the 200. These are standard values. I'll show you some other values available also, right? And if both things are satisfied only, what you do? This dot response. What is this? This means the COM object. This COM object. This means COM object response text because it is coming with this text available here. The text available here will come here. Response text is coming from that object. We opening this particular file and getting the data and passing that data to the element in the HTML. There's an HTML element called with an ID. There is an element with an ID called show. ID attribute equals show. There is an element with ID attribute show. Document.get element by ID show. Inside the HTML of that element is going to be this response text. We put that response text inside to the element with show ID. We put that text. That is what we do. And here what we do is that opening that file and sending the data. We are not sending any data here. We are sending the request only. Here we are not sending any data. Okay. Here you have a div tag with ID show. Right? ID show. And here, this is the text available within ID. That text coming from here will be replace this text. And you can see that part. And there is a button here. There is a button here. When you click on this button, on click, when you click on this button, we are calling this load doc. We are calling this load doc function. And the load doc function, call this one. And finally, what you are getting is the response text of this particular thing, whatever the text available will come and display inside the div. That text is displayed inside the div. That's what you can see. So those operations, when you click on this one, the text will change, but these texts will not be affected. That also you can see. Only this element will be affected because we have asked to replace that text here. That's what happened. That is the only thing happening. Right? That is the only thing happening. That is the only thing happening. Right. Let's see how it works, right? Let's see how it works. I'll go to localhost 888 and Ajax. Here I have that text one. I have given the same name there, right? The same name is given, ajaxintro.txt. That is the file I want to open and get the data. Here I have the XML. Now look at this one. Change the content is the button. Change the content is the button here. That button is available. Change the content button. And when you click on that, load doc function will be called. And here you can see that text. Let's see the greeting. And now what we are going to do is we are going to call this function by clicking on this one. Welcome to Ajax system. Now that content is coming from that given already given text. Welcome to Ajax. I put my name also, all right. Now let's see again. It's already communicated. I refresh it again. Oh. What is going on? I think it's coming from the cache. It's coming from the cache. We have to refresh. Shift, refresh, shift, refresh. Still it is not happening. Let me go back. Shift. This one was there. Now it's working, right? So sometimes the data is coming from the cache because in the cache that data is available. That file is in the cache because already you have received it. So that's how it works. Okay, let me change that file now. Let me change that file now. I'm going to change that file to intro.txt file, this one. So that file is a separate file and the content is different. The content is different and here this is that content. Here you have HTML tags and color, font color and header, welcome to Ajax. Font color is red or violet. This text is from the external document and we are calling that example. In the div tag, we are putting this one, right? Now you are calling this one, not the earlier one. I'm calling this one, okay. Let me show you now. Okay. Now you can see that new content is coming. Now what you can see here is that txt file is in the server. That txt file is in the server, right? That txt file is here at the server. You are sending a request. You are sending a request and getting that data and extract that data and display without disturbing to the others. Without disturbing to the others, you are doing. That is the beauty. Is that clear and understood? Everyone, is that clear and understood? Yes or no? Any clarification or not? Do you have any clarification? Do you need any clarification? Is that clear or not?
So can you explain again the ready state equal 4 and this dot status equal 200?
Okay, again I'll tell you. Now here we are creating this XML HTTP request object as COM object, right? Now that will be created when you click on this button, right? At the same time, for this XML HTTP request object can communicate with the server. And we are telling to open this particular file. We are asking to open this file and request will be sent to open this file. Here we are not sending any data, only asking to open this file only. That here there's a request. Now when this communication happening, the request has been sent. That is one state. It has gone and contacted with that particular server. That is another thing. Now with this ready state 4 means that operation has been completed. I'll show you. The ready state 4 means here you can see the complete. Operation has been completed. 0 means uninitialized. 1 is load in the data. 2 means data loaded. 3 means interactive. The interaction is happening with the other end. The 4 means that already completed. Ready state is completed. Everything completed. And again, the 200 means that operation has been done. The successfully completed. That 400 means that error in the server. No, 400 means error in the server. 200 to 290, right? 200 to 290 means normally that completed the operation successfully. Completed the operation successfully. It's successful and completed. That is what we are checking. That is completed but not successful also possible. Therefore, what we look at it here is status should be the status variable here. The status variable also there. I'll show you. Status variable HTTP status return from server should be 200 and 299. That is okay, successful, right? So the response text means the text what you are getting from the text object. Now, when it is okay means successfully completed, and when it is completed and the successfully okay, and that means successfully completed communication. If it is successfully completed communication, we are trying to get the response text. Otherwise, we are not trying to get the response text and put it here. Is that clear and understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now what you have to do is you have to work with the WAM server, and you have to first create a text file like this. First, you have to create a text file like this. Keep that file as a txt file, .txt file. Check whether that extension is correctly written or not. Sometimes some people write it and save it, but not txt file, something else. Then you cannot retrieve. Give the file and the extension properly, file name and the extension. That you have to put here, the file name and the extension, and type some kind of a text there. From your notepad, you can do it. And then you can write this Ajax intro. These two files are to be saved within the HTML, the HTTPS server. That is WAM server, web server. And write this HTML file and put these things there, and create this button and open it through the web server. That means you have to go to the local host and open this file. If you double click and open it, it won't work. You have to go through the server and do it. Okay. Okay, you can have time to do that now. This is your first example. Any questions? Any other questions? If you have any questions, please raise to your hand, or otherwise you can put into the chat. So this is the communicator to deal with the server. This is the place we are creating. This is, in this example, this is the communicator. We are creating, this is a factory method. This is the method to use to create this one. This is the method to use to create this one. We have to use this method and create this particular communicator. If you have any problem, just raise your hand and I can attend your problems. If you have any questions or problems, please raise your hand. I'll attend to your problems. So the last week, the video is on the LMS, right? You can see it on LMS. I have already uploaded that video. You can go through the things what we have done. The people who have not attended that class. Okay, how many of you have finished? Raise your hand. If you have finished, raise your hand. Okay, good. Is it working?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Now that is the main thing you have to understand in the Ajax, nothing else. All the other things will work same way. Okay, Achini, good. So raise down your hand. Now the people who are having problems, please raise your hand. The people who are having problems, please raise your hand. Not working or something? Okay, can you share your screen? Shehan, may I take it out? Now this particular part is available in, this is not available in this handout. Okay, just try it again. I want to keep it a little bit time because some people may be still trying it.
Okay, sir.
Are there people still typing this one? Please raise your hand. The people who need the screen now. Are there some people still typing? No one is raising their hand, right? Everyone has written this program, right? They got the code, right? Okay, then that's fine. Then Fernando, you can share. Can you share your full screen? Not only this particular application. Can you share your full screen? Okay. Go to your the web folder. Show your web folder. Shehan, Shehan,
Yes, sir.
show your web folder. Have you shared your desktop?
Mm,
Please share your desktop first. Okay. Ajax intro. Double click on that Ajax intro. That not that one, other one. Your text file. Open the text file. Open the text file. Shehan,
okay, sir.
open that text file.
Now you can see.
Can you share your desktop first? Can you share your desktop first? Can you share your desktop?
Okay, sir. Not shown in desktop, sir. Different windows can
Yeah,
share.
the top left side, the first one is the desktop. When you go to the share, top left is the desktop one.
Now you can see, sir.
Yeah. Now I can see. Okay, close that the text bar, text pad. Close it. Okay. Okay, click on this button. Okay, go to the code. Here in the line number 9, this dot status not there. TUS status. Save it. Save it. No. What? Where? You have to open the file. You have to open it through the server. Save it. Say not save where. Save. This person is doing. Save it. Save it. Save. Now go to the local host and open the file. Or refresh that file. Not this one. Refresh it. Shift. Okay. Okay, go back to the code. The others also you can look at what is the problem. 13th row, not tour, true, yes. Not tour, true. Last one. Now check. Refresh it. Refresh now it's shift key. Okay. Right. You saved it, right?
Yes, sir, I already saved.
So on load doc, in the button there are no parentheses.
Yes. On click. On click, load doc, parenthesis. Load doc. Double quotation should be there. And parenthesis. Brackets. එලි පිස්සුට ගහිල්ලක් ගන්න. Save it. Now save, Control S. Now it's working, right? Okay, anyone else having problems? Anyone else having problem? Please raise your hand. Anyone else? Are there any people having problems? Jasanta? Jasanta Nuan?
Yes, sir.
Done?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Krishan?
Answer.
Done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So anyone having problems? No one got problems, right? Everything works fine, right? Am I correct? Sandamali? Deepika Sandamali? Is she there? Done. Okay. Have you checked your username and password? Okay, check it and come tell me if it is not working. Okay, let's. That means everyone done it. Okay, so we have to stop here, and I'm going to stop here today. And next week again we are going to continue with the JAX, and we are not going to continue 4-hour sessions because it's very hard to do 4-hour session in online mode without break or anything. So we'll meet again next week and do it. We don't know how long this particular problem is going to persist. Therefore, we'll little by little we complete these things, right? When I need only another few more classes, maybe a few days to be taken, right? Okay. Right. Okay. So there are no anyone who are quarantined, right? Are there any people quarantined? Are there any? Huh?
No, sir.
No quarantine people here, right? No problem even, right? Even quarantine people can participate. Okay. Right. Okay. I'll stop here and we'll meet next week again, and be safe and don't travel anywhere unless if you have any very crucial problem to go there, and stay at home, right? Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
you, sir.
Right. So, okay. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good night.